Hi guys, today I will be sharing how to make Christmas butter choco cookies. For the ingredients, we need 1 cup of butter, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 2.5 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup of sugar, and this is 2 and 1/3 cups of plain flour. To begin, combine the plain flour and the salt, give it a mix, and set this aside. In another bowl, beat the butter using an electric mixer or handheld mixer. Your butter should be at room temperature. To this, we're going to add the sugar and 2.5 teaspoon of vanilla. Continue mixing until everything is well incorporated. This might take 1 to 3 minutes. Stop and scrape down the side of the bowl. And continue mixing for at least 1 to 2 minutes. At this point, add the egg. Once everything is well mixed, we can start adding the flour. I'm adding it in 2 additions. Then using the electric mixer at low speed, mix the ingredients together. Once it's almost combined, you can add the remaining flour. At this point, lightly use your hands to knead the dough. What we're doing is we're trying to form the mixture into a dough. Once it comes together, just like this, you can stop. And then we're going to cover this with cling wrap. Press it slightly. And then we're going to let this rest in the fridge for about an hour. While the dough is resting, it's time to make the chocolate. So I have 2 melting chocolate here. I use 1.5, so that's about 450 grams. So I have 2 cutters in here, similar but different in sizes. If you don't have 2 cutters like this, you can just use 1 cutter. I'm going to melt the chocolate in the microwave with 20 seconds interval. Then pour the melted chocolate on the parchment paper. Spread the chocolate evenly as possible, but don't make it too thin. You need to be able to pick up the chocolate without breaking. It doesn't have to be very smooth. And now we're going to let the chocolate set until it is pliable, not completely set, because if it's completely set, the tendency of the chocolate breaking is very high. So what you're looking for is when you touch the chocolate and it's not sticking to your hand. So I'm using here the smaller cookie cutter. Again, if you don't have 2 cutters with different size, you can just use 1 cutter for this. So now I'm cutting the bottom of the Christmas tree. That's the branch of the Christmas tree. And then with the excess chocolate, put it back in the glass bowl and you can remelt it and use it again. It's cold here, so the chocolate sets really fast. And this is what they look like. It's been an hour, so we're ready to roll and cut the dough. Your oven should be preheated at this point at 180 degrees Celsius. So I have my baking pan ready, lined with parchment paper. I have a parchment paper with a little bit of flour on the side. Use the flour as you need it. When the dough sticks to your rolling pin, add a little flour on your rolling pin. So this is the bigger cutter now. So add a little bit of the dough, then roll the dough into the desired thickness that you like. I'm using the dough a little at a time, so it's easier for me to roll the dough. So this cookie is a little bit on the bigger size. Again, you can use this to cut the chocolate, so you don't need to worry if you only have one cutter. And this is what the dough looks like. We're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 12 to 15 minutes or until the sides of the cookie is slightly golden brown. Then while the cookie is still warm, add the chocolate, so the chocolate will melt a little bit and it will adhere to the cookies. This is what they look like. Now I have white chocolate melts in here that I'm going to melt again in the microwave, then put it in a piping bag. I made a very small cut on the tip of the piping bag and then drizzle this on top of the cookie. Then using Christmas sprinkles, sprinkle it on top of the white chocolate. Do the base as well. Then this is just extra star sprinkles. Again, this is what the cookie looks like after decorating. Let the white chocolate set first before moving it into a cake platter or putting it into a plastic bag. So this is what the cookie looks like after baking and decorating. This is so pretty. You can sell this or you can give it as a Christmas gift. Thank you so much for watching, and just to show you what it looks like when you cut the cookie. This is so good. I can guarantee that you're going to love this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!